Are you lying awake at night, overwhelmed by your worries, struggling to find peace before sleep? What if I told you that you don't have to carry that weight into your rest? Tonight, we are going to surrender those burdens and invite the peace of God to wash over us, preparing us for a night of healing and restoration. This prayer is not just words, it's a powerful invitation to release everything that has been weighing you down. Imagine laying your head down tonight, knowing that your worries are no longer yours to carry. With this prayer, you'll discover the peace that surpasses all understanding, the kind of peace that only God can provide. Stay with me as we walk through this transformative prayer together. Have you ever wondered why sleep sometimes feels so elusive, or why your mind races with thoughts? Let this moment be a turning point for you. Surrender your worries, embrace God's peace, and allow Him to restore your soul as you sleep. Let's dive in and watch how your night unfolds in the comfort of His presence. Tonight, as we begin, I want you to pause and reflect. Are you feeling the weight of the world pressing down on you? Have the troubles of your day, or perhaps even your worries about tomorrow, kept you up at night? You're not alone. So many of us are carrying burdens, heavy, unseen weights that we struggle to put down. But tonight, right here, right now, we are going to surrender those worries into the hands of God, knowing that He is ready and waiting to take them from us. Take a moment to close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your chest, all those anxious thoughts that have been running through your mind. Let them go for now. In this sacred moment, God is offering you peace. No more worrying about the past or the future. You are about to enter a space where your only focus will be on God's ability to restore you. This is the place of true surrender, where your spirit can find rest. We are going to dive deep into the practice of surrendering. But it's not just about saying the words, "I surrender." It's about believing that God is big enough, strong enough, and loving enough to carry your burden. This is not just a simple prayer, it's a powerful exchange. You are handing over your fears, your frustrations, your anxieties, and receiving in return the peace that only God can provide. In this moment, He is calling you to trust, to release, and to rest in His presence. Consider the weight you've been carrying, perhaps the worry about your family, your finances, your health, or your future. How long have you been holding on to it? Can you feel the stress it's causing you? Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to lay it all down at His feet. Picture yourself in a place of total surrender, hands open, offering your cares to God, and feeling the lightness that follows as He takes them. This is the beginning of true peace. But the journey doesn't stop there. As you let go, something miraculous happens. A shift occurs in your heart. You begin to realize that your worries, your anxieties, were never meant to be yours to carry alone. God's promise is clear. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5-7. Tonight, we will let those words sink deep into our souls. We are giving it all to Him, trusting that He will provide the strength we need to rest and sleep in peace. In a moment, I'm going to lead you in a prayer that will help you lay everything down before God. But before we do that, take another deep breath and feel your body relax. As you breathe in, imagine inhaling the peace of God. As you exhale, release the tension, the fear, the worry. Let them go, knowing that you are making space for something better, something more peaceful. This prayer will be the turning point in your night, the beginning of healing, restoration, and true peace. As we begin this prayer, remember that it's not about perfection. It's about the posture of your heart. God sees you where you are, and He is ready to meet you in this moment. So, let's not just speak the words. Let's surrender them together with faith that our worries are no longer ours to hold. It's time to rest. It's time to trust. And it's time to experience the peace that only God can bring. Preparing your heart for peace. Before we dive into the prayer, let's take a moment to prepare our hearts. Peace doesn't just happen. It's something we must actively make room for. Just as a garden needs to be cleared of weeds before it can flourish, so too must our hearts be cleared of worry and doubt. If you're still holding onto something, anything that keeps you up at night, now is the time to release it. Let's make space for God's peace to settle within us, to envelop us in His love and care. Think for a moment about the state of your heart. Is it restless? Burdened? Maybe. It's anxious, fearful of what lies ahead. If you're feeling any of these things, know that you're not alone. The world is full of uncertainty, but God is constant, and He is offering you peace tonight. Take another deep breath as you exhale. Feel the weight begin to lift. You're preparing your heart to receive the peace that only God can provide. A peace that transcends all understanding. The peace we're about to pray for doesn't come from circumstances. It doesn't come from having everything in our lives perfectly aligned. It comes from God alone. Philippians 4:7 promises that the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. This is the peace we're about to invite into our hearts, peace that will protect our hearts from fear, anxiety, and restlessness. Are you ready to embrace it? To truly prepare for peace, we must first surrender control. How often do we try to control situations that are beyond our reach? The truth is, there are so many things in life that we cannot change, no matter how hard we try. But God is in control, and He is asking us to release the burden of control and trust Him. As you think about the areas of your life where you feel the need to control, bring them to mind and lay them down before God. It's time to let go and allow His peace to take root in your life. Now, consider the worries that have been keeping you up at night, whether it's about your health, your family, your work, or something else entirely. These worries don't have to control you. They don't have to define your peace. God promises in Matthew 6:34, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." That's a freeing thought, isn't it? Tonight, we choose to focus on God's goodness and His faithfulness. We choose to trust Him with our tomorrow. As you continue to breathe deeply, allow yourself to feel a sense of calmness settling over you. Let go of any lingering fears or doubts. Close your eyes and visualize yourself surrounded by the peace of God. Picture yourself standing in the quiet presence of the Almighty, feeling His arms of love and protection wrap around you. This is the peace that's about to fill your heart and mind. This is the peace that is available to you right now. In this moment, know that you are exactly where you need to be. God sees you, He knows you, and He cares for you deeply. As we move into the prayer, let this preparation be the foundation for the peace you are about to receive. Your heart is open. Your mind is clear. And now, with full trust in God's promise, we are ready to surrender our worries and invite His peace to fill every corner of our being. Stay with me, God is about to meet you in a powerful way. The power of surrender. Surrender. It's a word that can be difficult for many of us to truly embrace. In a world that constantly tells us to control, to strive, to fix everything on our own, surrender can feel like a weakness. But let me tell you, surrender is not weakness. It is strength. Surrendering our worries, our fears, and our burdens to God is the most powerful thing we can do. It is an act of faith, a declaration that we trust God's ability to handle what we cannot. Tonight, we surrender, and in that surrender, we find true strength. What does it mean to truly surrender? It means laying down our need to control the outcome of our lives and trusting God's perfect plan. Think about the things in your life that you've been holding onto, perhaps your finances, relationships, health, or work. What would it feel like to finally release those things into the hands of God? To say, "I can't do this on my own, but I trust that you will make a way." This act of surrender opens the door for peace to enter our hearts. It's in the release that we find rest. When we surrender, we are not giving up on life or on our responsibilities. No, we are simply acknowledging that we are not in control of everything. Psalm 55:2-22 reminds us, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Notice, it doesn't say, keep your cares. It says, cast them. To cast something is to throw it far away, to let go of it completely. That's what we are called to do with our worries. God is asking us to trust Him fully, to release our anxieties, and to trust that He will sustain us. As we surrender, we give God the space He needs to work in our lives. How often do we try to fix everything ourselves, only to find ourselves exhausted and still troubled? God never intended for us to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. He wants to lift that burden for us. By surrendering, we invite God to step in and take control. We allow His power to flow into our lives, bringing peace where there was once chaos. When we surrender, we make room for God to move in ways that we could never imagine on our own. But surrender doesn't always come easily. It requires faith, it requires trust, and it requires a willingness to let go of what we can't see and rely on what we know. God's faithfulness, Isaiah 41:10, tells us, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This promise is the foundation of surrender. When we surrender to God, we are not giving up. We are trusting in the One who is always with us, who will never leave us. Now, as we prepare for the prayer, take a moment to reflect on the things you need to surrender. Maybe it's your worries about the future. Maybe it's a difficult relationship or an overwhelming situation. Whatever it is, know that God is waiting for you to surrender it to Him. He's not asking you to fix it on your own. He's asking you to trust Him with it. Surrender is an act of faith, and when we place our trust in God, we open the door to peace. Let go and let God. That's the essence of surrender. It's not about giving up. It's about giving over. It's about saying, "God, I can't carry this anymore, but I trust that you will carry me in this moment." Surrender your heart, your worries, and your fears to God, knowing that He is already at work, bringing peace and restoration into your life. Stay with me, for we are about to enter into a prayer that will guide you through this powerful act of surrender, and you will begin to feel the weight lift as you hand it all over to God, inviting peace into your life. Now that we've surrendered our worries and fears, let's make space for something even more powerful: God's peace. Peace isn't just the absence of conflict. It's the presence of God's divine calm in our hearts. The kind of peace that can calm the storm within us, no matter how chaotic the world around us might be. Tonight, as we invite peace into our lives, we open our hearts to receive the tranquility and rest that God promises to all who trust in Him. Take a moment to feel that peace begin to settle within you. Close your eyes and picture yourself in a quiet peaceful place. Imagine God's peace surrounding you like a warm blanket, wrapping you in comfort and protection. Let it flow through every part of youth, your mind, your heart, your body. This is the peace that only God can give, and it's available to you right now. As you breathe in deeply, feel this peace enter every cell, every corner of your being, washing away the tension and anxiety. God's peace isn't something we have to earn. It's a gift. Jesus himself said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." This peace isn't fleeting. It's not dependent on circumstances. It's a peace that lasts. It's a peace that goes beyond understanding, beyond what we can see or control. And tonight, we are choosing to receive that peace. We are saying yes to God's peace, knowing that it will guard our hearts and minds in the days to come. But inviting peace into your life requires an intentional decision. It's not just something that happens automatically. We must make room for it. How often do we fill our minds with worry and stress, not leaving any room for peace to enter? Tonight, we make a conscious choice to let go of the noise in our minds and allow God's peace to take over. This peace will guide you through sleepless nights, through struggles, and through challenges. But it can only enter if you invite it in. So, take a moment now to say, "God, I invite your peace into my life." When you invite God's peace into your life, it changes everything. It transforms your perspective, your heart, and your responses to life's challenges. Instead of reacting with fear or anxiety, you will find yourself responding with calm assurance, knowing that God is in control. Philippians 4:6-7 tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace will guard you like a shield, protecting you from the worries. As you continue to breathe deeply and relax, imagine that peace entering every area of your life, your relationships, your work, your health, your thoughts. Let God's peace cover every part of you, bringing healing and restoration where it's needed most. Invite it to heal the broken places in your heart, to calm the anxious thoughts in your mind, and to give you strength to face whatever tomorrow holds. This peace is a tangible, divine presence that will stay with you as long as you continue to welcome it into your life. So, as we prepare to pray, let your heart be open to receive this peace. It's not just a temporary feeling, a lasting peace, a peace that will stay with you as you sleep and carry you through each new day. Let's invite that peace now. Let's choose to rest in it, knowing that God is in control, that He loves us, and that He is always with us. Stay with me as we prepare to open our hearts fully to God's peace and allow it to fill you completely. Trusting in God's plan as we settle into God's peace. It's important to remember that peace doesn't just come from the absence of worry, it comes from the deep trust that God's plan for our lives is perfect. We may not always understand the path we're on, but we can trust that God, in His wisdom and love, is leading us exactly where we need to go. Trusting in God's plan requires us to surrender our need for control and embrace the truth that He is working all things together for our good, even when it feels uncertain or difficult. Take a moment to reflect on the things in your life that may seem uncertain or out of your control. Perhaps you're facing challenges in your relationships, your work, or your health. It's easy to become anxious when we can't see the whole picture. But remember that God does. He sees the beginning, the middle, and the end. And He is already in tomorrow, preparing the way for you. In this moment, we choose to trust, knowing that God's plan is always for our benefit, even when we don't see the immediate results. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." This verse isn't just a nice saying, it's a powerful reminder that we don't have to figure everything out on our own. We don't need to have all the answers. We just need to trust God with all our hearts and submit to His will. He will guide us through the uncertainty, and His plan will unfold in perfect timing. But trusting God's plan isn't always easy, is it? There are times when we want to rush ahead, take matters into our own hands, and control the outcome. But real peace comes from the knowledge that we don't have to have everything figured out. God's plan is already in motion, and He is working behind the scenes, even when we can't see it. Trusting in His plan means we let go of our own timeline and trust in His perfect timing. It means we rest, knowing that He is already at work on our behalf. So, how do we trust God's plan? It starts with prayer. It starts with giving God our fears, our doubts, and our questions. It starts with saying, "Lord, I don't understand everything, but I trust that You are in control. I surrender my need to know every detail, and I choose to trust that You are leading me." Trusting God requires surrendering our need for answers and accepting that His way is always better than our own. When we do this, peace begins to settle into our hearts, knowing that we are in the hands of a loving Father who knows what's best for us. As we continue to pray tonight, I encourage you to focus on God's plan for your life. What areas of your life have you been holding on to, afraid to trust God with? Now is the time to let go. Release the grip you have on your circumstances and place your trust in God's hands. He is not just guiding your steps, He is walking with you every step of the way. His plan is good, His plan is perfect, and His plan will bring peace, even in the midst of trials. As we move into the prayer, I want you to fully surrender your heart to God, trusting in His plan. No more trying to figure it all out on your own. No more worrying about the future. Just trust that God is with you. Trust that His plan for you is already in motion. And trust that with every step, He will give you peace that passes understanding. Stay with me as we prepare our hearts to receive that peace and the assurance that God's plan is unfolding in our lives, releasing fear and embracing God's assurance. Fear can be one of the most crippling emotions we experience, especially when we face the unknown. It keeps us awake at night, robs us of our peace, and clouds our ability to trust in God's plan. But tonight, we are going to release that fear. We are going to cast it aside, not because we are strong enough to fight it alone, but because God is stronger. God has already given us the assurance that we don't have to fear. In His presence, fear has no place. Tonight, we will embrace His perfect love that casts out all fear. Think for a moment about the fears that have been holding you back. Maybe it's fear of the future, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown. Whatever it is, know that fear is a tool the enemy uses to paralyze us. But God has promised in Isaiah 41:10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is God's assurance to you. He is with you. He is your strength, and He is more than capable of handling your fears. To release fear, we must first acknowledge it. Fear is real, and we can't pretend it doesn't exist. But we can choose to not let it control us. Fear thrives when we keep it hidden in the shadows, but when we bring it into the light and surrender it to God, it loses its power. So, take a moment. Now, bring your fears to God. Name them, surrender them, and allow God's assurance to replace the anxiety with peace. Remember, fear cannot stand in the presence of God's love. When we choose to release fear, we make space for something far greater, God's peace. His peace isn't just the absence of fear, but the fullness of His presence in our lives. It's the assurance that no matter what we face, God is with us every step of the way. 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." The Spirit God gave us is not one of fear, but one of power, love, and a sound mind. Tonight, we choose to walk in that power, to let go of fear and to embrace the assurance of God's presence. What would it look like if you let go of all your fears tonight? What if you truly believed that God is with you, that He will never leave you, and that His love will cover you in every situation? Imagine the weight of fear lifting off your shoulders. As you rest in His love, fear doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to keep you from sleeping peacefully tonight. God has promised to protect you, to strengthen you, and to hold you up with His righteous right hand. Embrace that assurance now. Fear often keeps us from fully experiencing the life God has for us. It keeps us stuck in a place of worry and doubt, unable to move forward in faith. But tonight, as we release fear, we also embrace courage, the courage to trust in God's goodness, to trust in His promises. God has not given you a spirit of fear, of love, and of a sound mind. This courage, this peace, comes from knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. God is with us, and He is more than able to handle our fears. As we prepare for prayer, I want you to take a moment to release any lingering fear. Imagine handing it over to God. Your fear of failure, your fear of the unknown, your fear of the future. Let it go. God is already there, walking with you through every trial, every challenge. As you surrender your fears, you are making room for God's assurance to fill your heart. His peace, His presence, they are all here, waiting for you to embrace them. Stay with me as we pray and let God's peace replace your fear tonight. Resting in God's presence. As we come to the final part of this moment, I want you to focus on one thing: resting in God's presence. There is a deep peace that comes when we rest in Him. It's not just physical rest, but spiritual rest. It's the kind of rest that fills your soul, bringing comfort, healing, and a sense of security. This is not just about falling asleep. It's about finding true peace in the presence of God, knowing that He is watching over you, holding you close, and ensuring that you are safe. Resting in God's presence means that we stop striving. We stop fighting against the chaos. We stop trying to fix everything ourselves. Instead, we let go and simply trust. Psalm 23, 2-1-2-2 says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters." God is the one who leads us to rest, who refreshes our souls and provides everything we need. He has promised to give us rest. Trusting, we are choosing to receive that rest, trusting that He will take care of everything. In the midst of life's storms, God offers us a safe place of rest. It's not about the absence of problems, but about finding peace in the midst of them. When we rest in God's presence, we acknowledge that He is in control, that we don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. He is our refuge, our safe place. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." This stillness is the heart of rest. It's the moment when we stop, let go, and simply know that God is God. Think about how often we rush through life, constantly on the go, always worrying, always striving. But God is calling us to rest. He is calling us to be still and to find peace in His presence. As we enter into this moment of prayer, we can release the need to rush and rest fully in His embrace. God is with you right now, offering you His peace, His presence, His love. Let that truth settle into your heart, knowing that you don't need to do anything but rest in His care. Resting in God's presence isn't passive, it's an active choice. It's a choice to let go of our worries, our fears, and our striving. It's a choice to place our trust in God, knowing that He is faithful to provide for us. And when we make that choice, we find true peace. Isaiah 26:3 promises, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Perfect peace comes when we trust God completely, resting in His promises and His presence. As you rest tonight, I want you to remember that you are not alone. God is with you, and He is resting with you. He is the one who quiets your heart, who soothes your mind, and who fills you with peace. He is your refuge, your protector, and your source of rest. Tonight, as you lie down to sleep, trust that God is with you every step of the way. He will watch over you, protect you, and fill you with His perfect peace, no matter what tomorrow may bring. Now, let's prepare our hearts for a final prayer, inviting God's presence to fill us completely. Rest in the knowledge that He is in control. Allow His peace to surround you, knowing that He is with you now and always. You can rest because He is with you. So, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let God's peace fill your heart. Let go of all your worries, knowing that God has everything in His hands. Rest in His presence tonight, and know that you are safe, loved, and protected by the Almighty. As you prepare for a peaceful night's rest, remember that God's peace is not just for tonight, it's for every day. By surrendering your worries and trusting in His perfect plan, you open your heart to His peace that transcends all understanding. Let Him guard your mind and bring you comfort as you sleep, knowing He is always with you, leading you in every moment. Rest in His arms tonight and wake up refreshed, knowing He holds your